So I'm here, another hot day, one day actually until the league starts with Huddersfield v Burnley, and I will be doing championship game week 1 predictions. So I'm going to be doing that every game week, and obviously some of the games I'll be at, some I won't, just for a bit of fun to pass the time when I'm not at a game, because I can't make all the games living down here in the southwest, being a Sunderland fan, very far away. But yeah, so I'm going to be going here, hopefully on the 27th of August. They're at home in the FA Vase versus Newquay, so it'll be a new ground to tick off to say I've done finally at Bovey Tracey Football Club, and I looked forward to go to Blackburn again. Dan Hart, he messaged on my Blackburn v Torquay post and said to come back, so I will come back. Got to look at which one will be a good fixture to go to, but yeah, I'm not going to waffle on too much about the prediction. I'm just going to go straight in and say who I think is going to win, and it will be based mainly on my prediction, because if I think they're not going to do too well, obviously I'm not going to predict them to win. But there are some very tough games in the first starting week, but before that I'll just show you a few clips around this lovely ground that, like I said, I'll be at in hopefully a month or so. In the standing stand section. Hope that's allowed to sit in this area when it's standing. Oh, hello, Dexter. And the first game is Huddersfield versus Burnley. Going to be a very tough game. I think both will be up there fighting for promotion to the Premier League, with Burnley just obviously being relegated. And I think it's going to be Huddersfield 1, Burnley 2. Very controversial there. Could be 1-1 though. Next up, Blackburn versus QPR, and I think Blackburn are going to win this one 2-0. I think QPR are going to finish probably around mid-table, and Blackburn fighting toward a playoff spot. And I do think they're going to win quite comfortably 2-0 at home. Blackpool versus Reading next, and I believe Blackpool are going to be up there. I think Reading are going to struggle this season because when they've lost Swift. I think it's going to be Blackpool 3, Reading 1. Next up, Cardiff versus Norwich. I reckon Cardiff will go down. A lot of people disagree with me there. That might be one that I potentially have got wrong. But as Norwich have just got relegated, they are playing away. But I think it's going to be Cardiff 0, Norwich 1. Hull versus Bristol City next. Then we have a pitch invader. Someone get in. Oh dear. And I think both of these teams are going to be struggling. I think it's going to be Hull 1, Bristol City 1. Share of the points. Luton versus Birmingham next. Luton had a really good season last year, getting that playoff spot. Unlucky to not make it to the final, but yeah, they did fantastic. And Birmingham not the best here behind the goal. I'm going to think Luton 1, Birmingham 0. I'm going for. Close game. Millwall versus Stoke next. Both relatively alright season. Stoke kind of quite consistently down in mid-table at the moment, but I think this is the season they'll start building up. I think it's going to be Millwall 1, Stoke 2. Next up, Rotherham versus Swansea. I think Swansea are going to win 3-0 away from home. I think Rotherham are really going to struggle this season and go straight back down. I think just there is where the player changing room is and where they come out on the pitch, which is quite cool. Here in the seating stand now, and next game is Wigan versus Preston. Wigan obviously just won League One, although again we did beat them at their place, and I didn't think they looked that great that day. But I think they may have bought a few new players and improved. Preston have always been around the mid-table in the Championship. I think it's actually going to be Wigan 3, Preston 2. Middlesbrough versus West Brom. That's another tough game. Both, I believe, are going to be battling for promotion back to the Premier League. I think it'll be a tight game. It'll be Middlesbrough 2, West Brom 2. Next up is Sunderland versus Coventry. We've just signed Ellis Sims from Everton, well, on loan, about 2 hours ago. We've also sold 40,000 tickets so far, including the away support from Coventry, 2,000 they're bringing. And yeah, I mean, things are looking quite good. New signing, big attendance, live on TV, 12 o'clock on Sunday. So hopefully we don't do our normal thing of, on a big occasion, we normally bottle it like we did on the Folk return at home to Doncaster, who I think we'd easily beat. And we ended up losing 2-1, and we've done it numerous other times as well. So like, hopefully we don't do that this time. And I'm going to be hopeful and say Sunderland 2, Coventry 1. I'll even go as far to say that I think Elliot Embleton will score, and Ross Stewart will get one as well. 2-1 Sunderland, and let's hope I'm right. Although it could be a 1-1, obviously. So last one, and quite a nice little view from here and in the shade as well on a hot day if you don't want to be out in the sun watching the game, is Watford versus Sheffield United. Now this one here, another big one, and I thought Sheffield United may win the league this year. So but Watford will go good and they're away. I'm going to say it's going to be Watford 1, Sheffield United 1. That is it for the prediction today for this week. Hopefully everyone's excited for football to be back. I'll be doing this every week. If you wanted to be a guest on here and wanted to do some predictions as well and try and beat me, then hopefully if my channel grows, some people will be interested. But so you've got to start low, you've got to build up, and that's exactly what I'm doing. No rush, everything takes time. I'm mainly doing it for a bit of fun anyway. We go to games anyway, and it's quite nice to have them on like a video record as well. My different grounds I'm going to. I have quite a lot planned, different games this season, and you know, going from Torquay, the Yeovil, so I like to go to that little derby. And also the Devon derby, Exeter versus Plymouth. I also will be travelling to 1 or 2 Man United games with my friend Chris, who's a Man United fan, and also maybe my brother Chris, depending on whether he will go. And about at least 10 or something game probably, with either friends on my own or with my wife Michaela. Hope everyone had a good day, lovely hot day. And I'll see you very soon. Devon Mackham out.